Hello students, how are you? I know that you all are very well and myself Jamil and we are going with our chapter number 1, that is matter in our surrounding. So this is the third video of our chapter number 1. So we have already learned that is a matter, Panch Tattva, characteristics of matter. We have already performed some activities and state of matters. So as per our knowledge, let's go and recall our knowledge about these 5 topics. So first one is the matter. So what is the matter? Yeah, I know you all are very well familiar with this word, that is the matter. So every object in the universe, or we can say that anything in this universe which can occupy some space, having some definite mass, and which can able to occupy some space having some definite mass, shape and volume, that all are known as the matter. So before the any study, any researches about the matter, our Indian philosopher, they are classified that matter into the 5 basic element, and that 5 basic element that is known as the Panch Tattva. And what is that? They are air, water, fire, earth, and fifth one is sky. So it is supposed to believe that this 5 basic element, it is the functional part, or we can say that every matter that is made up from this 5 basic element. But as the researches and the studies go ahead, our scientists find out that these even 5 basic elements are made up from some particles. Okay, so after this study, we understood that is not this 5 basic element, that is every matter it is made up from this 5 basic element, even though this 5 basic element are made up from something that is the matter. And as this study, we have understood that is the matter that is made up from the particles. So we have already learned the characteristics of the matter. So we know that every matter that is made up from the particles, and we all know about the properties and characteristics of the particles, that they have space between them, or they are very small in this they are very small in the size, they are continuously in the motions, they are attracted by each other. So there are so many properties and the characteristics about the characteristics of matter, or we can say that the property of the particle. Next, we have already performed the activity. That activity about the particles of the matter are very small. So what we have observed in our activity, that we have taken the KMnO4 and beaker filled with the water, and we dissolved that KMnO4 in that water, and we saw that the color of that KMnO4, name of the KMnO4, that is the potassium permanganate. So color of that potassium permanganate, it is the violet. So when we dissolve this potassium permanganate, we can able to see that our solution become the violet in the color, and whenever we taking the 10 ml of the solution from that beaker, and we are adding that solution from beaker number to beaker number 2, so we can observe that there is again we can able to observe the some color in our beaker number 2 also, and that is the pink. Okay, now again we are going to take the 10 ml of the solution from this beaker number 2, that is the pink in the color, and we are going to add that solution in beaker number 3. So again we can able to observe some color, but it is in light pink. And again we are taking 10 ml of the solution from this beaker and add it into the beaker number 4, and we can able to observe there is a very light pink color that we can able to observe. And due to this observation, or we can say that from all this observation, we can conclude that the particles of the matter are very small, because we are able to see that particular color, that is pink, light pink, or very light pink. But why we can able to see that color? Because there are some particles of KMnO4 till this beaker number 4, and hence we can able to observe the color, and hence we can conclude that the particles of the matter are very small. Then we have already studied about the state of the matter. So there is the 3 type of the there is the 3 state of the matter. The first one is the solid, liquid, and another one is the gaseous. Okay, so we have already learned about the solid substance, about the property and the characteristics. We have performed some activities, as for example, like I am going to take this mobile, Okay, and I put this mobile at this area and we are going to draw a line about it. Okay, so we can able to see that this mobile phone is occupy some space on this board, and we know that it having some mass that is nearly by 180 gram or 150 gram something, and it has some definite shape, and it is definite shape because of definite volume, and hence we can able to say that this mobile phone is a solid substance. That I give you a work about to make a list from your room and classify them as a solid, liquid. Yes, I know that you are done with your work. So if you can able to send me that, so it's very good for you and very good for me. Now we have learnt about the characteristics of the solid. That the first characteristic, that is the intramolecular forces. So what is the intramolecular forces? So suppose here is the solid substance, okay, and there are the particles of this particular solid substance. So intramolecular attraction force, that means both these particles are attracted by each other. So it attracts the first particles, it is attracted with the second particles it is attracted by third and first, and this one also. So we can say that the intramolecular attraction between the particle in the solid is very high. Then the second point is the space between this intermolecule are very small, very less. So we can able to see that there is no space, or we can say that there is a very small space between the particles of the matter, between the particles of this solid substance. Then we already studied that they have some definite shape due to their volume, because we know that they have some specific volume, and due to the specific volume, the solid substance, they have some definite space. Then we saw that it is not compressible. So if we let's consider this pen. So let us consider if I am going to apply some force on this pen. So we can able to see there is no change in the shape, but I am going to apply some more force. So you can say that it pen may be broke up. So we can say that it is not compressible. But whenever you are applying the more force on this pen, it may be broke up, and hence you can say that this solid substance is rigid. Then that is the density and the boiling point and melting point is the solid substance is very high. So what is the density, what is the boiling point, what is the melting point, we are studying in our further topics, in our next topics. So the arrangement of the particles, so we can able to see that the arrangement of the particles is very close to each other, so there is no space between them, and they are attracted by each other very strongly. So this is all about the solid. So the next topic is liquid. So we have to going to learn about the liquid state, and what is the liquid state, the property of the liquid state by doing some activity, the shape, intramolecular attraction forces, the space between the particles of the liquid, and how can we differ the liquid from the solid. So we are going to talk about the liquid state. So now our next point, that is the liquid state. Okay, so let me go ahead with the liquid state. So as you can able to see in this board, I have already taken the one bottle, one glass, and this is the bowl. In the bottle, I have the 500 ml of the water. So we can able to see the shape of this water is like a bottle shape. Okay, now I am going to transfer this water into this glass. So I am going to transfer this water in this glass, so you can able to see the glass is filled up with the water, but the volume of the water will be remaining same, that is the same 500 ml. But what is the change in this both? So we can able to see the change in this water and the glass solution. We can say that the shape of in this bottle solution, that is the shape of like a bottle, but in this the shape of the water is like a glass. Okay, now when I am going to transfer this water in this bowl, so again we can able to see that the volume of the water remaining same, that is the 500 ml, but the shape of the water is changed, that is the bowl shape. Okay, so from this property we can say that the water, they haven't any definite shape. So first property, or we can say that the first characteristics of the liquid, that they don't have definite shape. Okay, but we can say we can able to see that in this bottle there are the 500 ml of the water, in the glass there is a 500 of the water, in this bowl there is a 500 ml of the water. So we can say that they have definite volume, and due to this definite volume they can able to occupy some space. Okay, now the next topic, that is the force. Okay, so in the water molecule, like suppose this is a liquid, so the arrangement of the particle in such a way that there is less intramolecular attraction forces. So consider, suppose there is the first particles, there is the second particle, this is the third, fourth. So you can observe that there is the space between the particles of the liquid, there is a space between the particles of the water is the more compared to that of the solid substance. So we can say that the space between the particles of liquid is more than that of the solid compound. Okay, and due to the more space, the attraction force or the attraction between these two particles is less than solid, and there is a less attraction force, and due to the less attraction force they can be flow easily, or we can say that the expansion in liquid state is the higher or greater than the solid substance. There is a term that is the expansion. So what is the expansion? So let me tell you, if I am going to take a beaker, there is a fill up with the water. If I am going to add some drop of the ink, so what will happen? So you can able to observe that these inks, the particles of the ink are arranged in the whole solution of the water. So we can say that it is the expansion of the ink, or we can say that the ink is the expands. So expansion, that means like as for example that I have the glass that is filled up with the water. Due to some reason, I don't know what is the actual reason, but due to some reason, suppose that glass will be broke up. So what happens? The water will be expanded, or we can say that the water will be spread up on the floor. So actual meaning of the expansion, that means the intermixing of the two substance or the two state into each other, that is known as the expansion. As for example, here is some water in this bowl and I am going to add some salt. So you can able to see that the salt is totally expanded into the water solution. So we can say that the salt is expanded. Okay. So now our next topic, that is the example of the liquid. Okay. So we have so many examples of the liquid. That is the water, kerosene, petrol, oil. So many examples. Okay. So our next topic is the difference between the solid and liquid. Before we go ahead, let me tell you something about the expansion. So suppose as the temperature increase, the rate of the expansion is also increased. But as the temperature decrease, the rate of expansion is also decreased. Now we are going forward about the difference between the solid and liquid. Now we are going with the difference between the solid and liquid states. So let me tell you about the first topic, that is the intermolecular force. So we can say that the intermolecular force of the solid is higher than that of the liquid state. So we can write down the intermolecular forces of the solid is higher. Here we can write down the intermolecular forces of liquid is lower or lesser than the solid. The second point, that is the intermolecular space. So intermolecular space in the solid is very less or lesser than the liquid, and in this here we can write down the intermolecular space is less than that of the liquid. So we can say that the intermolecular space between the particles of the matter or of the liquid is higher than the solid. The third point, that is the shape and volume. So the solid have some definite shape and volume. Okay, if you are talking about the liquid, they don't have definite shape, but they have definite volume, and due to that some definite volume they can be able to occupy some space. Okay, now if you are talking about the compressibility, so we can say that the solid, okay, now in the solid the arrangement of the particles in the solid is very closely, as shown in the figure that you can able to see. There is an arrangement of the solid particles is very close to each other, and due to this arrangement of the particles that is very close in distance, so we can able to compress the solid substance. Okay, so due to this arrangement we cannot able to compress the solid substance. And what happen when we are going to apply some more force? So we know that whenever we are going to apply some more force, this substance, that is the solid substance, can be broke up, and hence it is rigid. Okay, so what about liquid? So we can able to see that in the liquid substance or in the liquid matter, so there is space between the intermolecular particles is higher than that of the solid substance, and due to the space between the some particles you can able to compress this. So we can say that liquid can be compressed or liquid can be compressible. Now we are going to talk about the flow. Okay, so intermolecular attraction force is very high between the particles of the solid, and due to it cannot able to flow. Okay, and if we are going to talking about the liquid, we can say that there is a less attraction force. There is a less attraction force between the particles of the liquid, and due to that less attraction force, liquid can be flown. So this is all about the solid and liquids. The difference between the solid and liquid, it can be asked in your exam for the 2 or 3 marks. So note down this all point in your notebooks. And if you are going to give some example, so there is a stone, wood, clothes, okay, sponge. So you all know that, okay, why the sponge is a solid substance, or why the rubber band is known as the solid substance. If you are going to give some example in liquid, that is the water, oil, petrol, kerosene, etc. Okay, so note down this all point, student. Now we have the 2 questions. The first one is the CuSO4 dissolve more rapidly in the hot water than that of the cold water. So why this is happening? So let me tell you about the something that is the kinetic energy. Okay, so what is the kinetic energy? So let me tell you about some examples, like when you are sitting silently, someone is coming suddenly and make some anger on you. So what happened with you? you are getting angry too. So that is the kinetic energy that your mind, the thoughts moving fastly in your mind. Okay, so that terms is related to the kinetic energy. So what happened when we are going to dissolve CuSO4, that is a cupric sulfate, in the hot water and the cold water. Okay, so we can say that as the temperature increase, the rate, the kinetic energy is also increased. What I say, as the temperature increase, the kinetic energy is also increased, and due to the kinetic energy is increased, the moving speed of that particles of that particular matter is also increased. So the speed of moving particle are also increased. Okay, so there is a hot water, so the speed of that particles of that hot water is very fast. Okay, and now we are going to add this CuSO4 in this hot water, and due to this water is hot, the temperature of the CuSO4 is increase, that is the temperature of the CuSO4 is also increased, and due to the temperature increase, the kinetic energy of CuSO4 is also increased, and due to the kinetic energy is increased, the speed of the moving particles, that of the CuSO4, is also increased, and both the speed of both the particles, that is the water and the CuSO4, is increased, and due to the speed of the moving particle, or we can say that due to the kinetic energy, increase in the kinetic energy, the speed of intermixing or the speed of dissolution is rapid. Okay, so we can say that the CuSO4 dissolve more rapidly in the hot water than the cold water. Okay, now our next question, that is the expansion of the liquid is higher than that of the solid substance. Okay, solid. So in the liquid, the particles are dependent. So in this liquid, the particles are independent from each other than that of the solid substance. And the second reason that we know that the space between the particle, or we can say that the attraction force between the particle is lesser than that of the solid substance. And due to this particular reason, the expansion of liquid is higher than that of the solid substance. Okay, students, so we have already covered our so many topics of about unit number first, that is the matter in our surrounding. Maybe our unit is become half. So clear the all topic and make a notes about this, and do your work regularly. So that's it, all about our third video. So thank you.